Look at that. Look at that broth. Is that not beautiful? Good evening. Welcome to the Humble Homestead. I'm Stacy, if you don't know me. I started to make some bone broth and I was just telling Phil, oh, I should record the process. And I said, oh, I probably should have started recording the process before I started the process. One day I'm gonna get better at this, but so I'm just gonna show you guys what we have in here. Lots of goodness. You can see I have probably the equivalent of like 3 chicken carcasses and some leftover celery, and I had a bag full of like celery and carrots and onion clippings. Anytime I clip them, I put them in a baggie and keep them in the freezer. So I will commit to recording the process throughout the weekend, and hopefully you guys will be seeing this next week. Today is chicken broth day. It's Sunday afternoon. I was hoping to get started, so we are going to get this broth canned up. I have 9 quart-sized jars set aside. I actually feel like that might not be enough, so I can grab some more if I need to, but I didn't want to bring in more than I had to. So let's get this started. I don't know what we're gonna have for dinner because I mentioned to Phil probably 3 times that we needed to plan an easy dinner because I would be busy canning, and we never came up with an idea. So Matthias said he's gonna have a chicken sandwich. What's up, buddy?
I had a very big job.
A very big job? What did you do?
I told Dad that Caroline gave me this cute little...
That's a super cool keychain. Let me see that.
And guess what?
Let me see that keychain. So it's a keychain and it's a tape
a
measure. Well, that's fun.
And it's a real tape measure.
That's awesome.
And Dad measured it with the car. If I didn't go and tell him that I had this, he would have never measured that car, and none of that happened.
That's awesome, buddy.
Now I better get back to my chips because they probably miss me.
Your chips probably miss you. I love you.
Love you.
You're going on the tube. You better behave yourself. We're going to pull the stove out because that's what we got to do around here. Oh, gosh.
Hey, babe, you want me to help you?
Nope. We got to pull it out so the canner can fit on it. I think you guys might know that by now. I thought, wow, it's quiet in here. Let me get this video going while I get the camera out and get everything going. But everybody just, oh, I probably pulled it out a little too far, huh? Oh, I'm gonna remember though. Oopsie, I already forgot. I guess I won't get in there anyway. I'm gonna pull it out not so far. It's still... Oh, I should have probably brought that in the house a little bit sooner. I just grabbed it like 30 minutes ago and it sits outside, but by the time I get everything done, it'll be acclimated. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. All right. You can't tell that you wasted all that time and energy blowing leaves off the grass. I have a big stainless steel bowl that I'm gonna start by squeezing out all the bits.
Oh my gosh, get me off of there.
Nope.
No,
So, say hi to our friends.
No, look.
Say hi to our friends. Oh.
Come on, don't.
I actually told him, I noticed that there's
Baby, no.
quite a bit of, you just keep on, you're going to make yourself look silly because it's staying. We're both learning how to be on YouTube, right?
No.
Phil's still learning.
I'm not.
He said, please get me off of there. I said, nope. It's too hard to edit. I'm not that cool. You're fine. He's worried because he might have rubbed his nose because he has a little man cold. It's actually a lot better. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Good thing I tried to video while nobody was in here to cause disruption.
I'm out of here.
There's a lot of chicken on some of these bones.
All right, I love you, honey.
I love you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Look at this. I said we could probably just make something for dinner out of that. He gave me like the side eye, like I'm gonna feed him something rotten, but I was like, all the homesteaders do it, it's fine. Maybe I shouldn't have brought it up. My first thought was, oh, I could let it cool and make like a chicken salad. Phil really likes chicken salad, but I feel like we could totally throw it together and make some food. The rest of this will go back to the chickens and the kitties. You know, the cats really love to share the scraps that I throw out to the chickens. It is very cooked down. I hope it all fits in here, but let me get this done. Okay, I've got a good portion out, started to heat up. Like there'll be some bits at the bottom. And I was gonna like start to strain this all into like a bowl, but I thought, well, I could probably just put it right into the jars. I'm gonna put my jars in the sink. I'll lower the camera in just a second. I'm gonna put my funnel in, and then I'm gonna put a strainer like over top of the funnel and then ladle the jars until they're full. Now, I feel like I did a video on bone broth last year, but I can't remember if I did a video or if I just did like a post about it. So if I did a video, I'll link it if you want to compare the differences. I may even go back and watch it. It'll be linked in the description if I have one. But when I did my bone broth last year, I froze it instead of canning it. I was still very nervous about canning things, and I probably ran out of time. I really tried to like plan it out this time around. I think that I ended up with 14 jars, mostly quart size. I reused a couple of like old spaghetti sauce jars and stuff because I was freezing them. And I did everything right. Like I poured it in there, I allowed it to cool naturally, and then I put them in the fridge, and then I put them in the freezer. Like I had the proper amount of headspace, and I cracked 11 out of 14 jars, maybe 13 out of 14. It was like almost all of them. And it was super sad and super depressing. And so I will not freeze bone broth ever again. Like I don't trust the process. It works for people, but like all that hard work was wasted because you can't crack a jar. You can't eat the food in it. Like I'll eat some sketchy stuff, but not when there's the risk of glass being in it. So I'm gonna ladle what I can and we'll go from there. Okay, so you can see my little setup. I'm just gonna keep it in the sink to help contain the mess. And the strainer is gonna fill up with all the sediment that's in there, and I'll have to clean it out every so often. I should probably check also. I'm pretty sure it's an inch of headspace. I have a few with a little bit more, so I'm going to add those to the one that has less than an inch. There's my inch of headspace on that one. Just going to move it down the row. I think there was another one down here. I think too, some people...
7 minutes until...
It's 7 minutes until 5, yes, babe. Some people will do, and that's a little less, but I think that's okay. Some people will like let the bone broth sit and like scoop the gelatinous matter off the top before they can it. I'm actually going to leave it because I think all that fatty goodness is going to be a wonderful flavor. So we ended up with 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 beautiful jars of, look at that. Look at that broth. Is that not beautiful? I have a little bit of white vinegar in this bowl. I'm wetting my rag and I'm going to wipe these rims and lids off. I have my baggie of lids. Some of them are brand new. I am a little bit of a canning rebel for somebody who doesn't know what she's doing. Fingertip tight. So you're only using these fingertips. And these are warm. So they're now going to go into this warm water. I'll turn it around and show you the next one. Yeah, funny that I'm a little bit of a rebel when I'm not even fully confident in what I'm doing. So I'm going to share with you guys that one of the things that used to really get me worked up about canning is the whole like hot jar, hot water rule. Hot jar, hot pot rule. And I would overthink that so bad. Let's put these in here. So I have a really bum shoulder, so reaching up and over that is a little bit hard for me. Maybe I'll do it with my left hand next time. Anyway, train of thought. I used to get really worked up about like rushing the process because I was so afraid my jars would cool. Listen, I have taken my time. I'm like fumbling my way through videoing the whole thing, and these are still very warm. So don't overthink it. Obviously, you don't want to be completely neglectful and put hot jars into a cold pot of water or cold jars into a hot pot of water. But the rule of thumb here is just to make sure that you have very similar close temperatures. And that's so that you don't shock your jar and break it. It may cause other issues within the food, but I think the main reason is so that you don't break your jars. Because I can tell you from experience, it's not fun to put in all that work. Just for nothing, as Matthias said in the background. Just to open up your canning pot and find a broken jar and all that food gone to waste. Okay, I have the All-American 930, which allows me to do 2 layers. I'm gonna candy lid these up while I chat with you. Allows me to do 2 layers of jars. So that's kind of nice. I was making sure. I thought I felt something on that one. And since I have 10 jars, I'm going to do 2 layers of 5. I can actually fit 7 quarts, but I want to evenly distribute them. And then I'm going to show you the water level. I want to show you that before I put that other rack on. Hi, Caroline. There's Caroline, who brought me all that beautiful ground beef today. I'll show you the water level. So you want to make sure that you have at least 2 inches of your jar sticking up out of the water when you're pressure canning. I think there's like a limit at the bottom of the canner, like how much water you should have, but can't remember it. Okay. So now, we have the rest of our jars. If you see, like the water is a little over half, that's perfect. I'm gonna add this other rack in. And then we're gonna place the rest of our jars in. My kids are gonna get used to this eventually, right? Caroline will get used to the fact that she might walk in. It was kind of funny because I was trying to record, I think I was just making like a TikTok yesterday, or I was trying to. I made Oreo balls for the kids, and it was chaos in here, and there was a meme that my kids shared on Facebook or something the other day about our family doesn't know what an inside voice is. We all speak in cap locks, and that's definitely my family. I'm going to use the rest of this vinegar and pour it into our pot. It's not necessary, it just helps prevent the clouding. And then we're gonna get the lid on here, and that's a little bit of a tricky part. Okay, so another thing you have to do with the All-American, I don't know if you're familiar with these These are gasketless, and so you're supposed to like oil the lid like when you do it. It's very thin. I'm just gonna use some sweet almond oil because that's what I have out on the counter. Just rubbing my hand across like super lightly. Just kind of getting that. Then you're gonna put this on. Oh, this is the stressful part because you have to have it. Give me just a minute, buddy. You have to make sure that you have it like even on all sides. If you don't, then you risk not having the proper seal. And the pot's already getting hot, so you gotta be. I just kind of gauge, like, look around, make sure that your seal. Hold on, please. Let me close this pot, honey, and then you can have my attention, okay? So then we are going to you're gonna do opposite sides. You're gonna tighten them up. Not super tight, like secure them. Get that one on. Hold on, please. I've asked you very nicely to wait. So then I'm just gonna rotate and tighten them so that your seal stays even. Okay, we have steam. It's been steady. So we're gonna set our timer. You can talk, I just wanted you to be warned. 10 minutes. So we want that steam to like be steady like this for 10 minutes, and that just helps to like get the pressure built up, like get all the air out of the pot. That's what I'm trying to say, so that we can build pressure. Okay, so in our elevation, we want to be at the 10. I don't know if you could, there we go. So we're gonna put that on, and then we're gonna wait until the pressure builds up, and we get a jiggle like every 60 seconds. Okay, I'm at 10 pounds of pressure. This should give like a good jiggle every so often. Most people are really adamant about this thing, but I just follow this thing. And then my sweet spot is usually between 2 and 3. So we're gonna keep it there. So you're gonna process this for 25 minutes. Doesn't take as long because there are no bits in it. If there were any chicken bits in this, then you would need to do the full 75 minutes for quarts. But I've got our timer, and we're just gonna keep an eye on it.
Sorry, Daisy. Whose sandwich is that?
Okay, so we are done. We've maintained jiggles every once in a while. We're gonna turn our heat off, and we're gonna wait. It takes a while, so we're gonna wait until this naturally comes down to 0 pressure. We are at 0 pressure. We're gonna take this off, and then we're gonna wait 2 minutes. I'm not gonna set a timer. I'm just going to eyeball the clock. Now we're gonna start loosening these one by one. Kind of the same way you put them on. You just want to go in order. Are you done over here, honey? Okay.
Yes.
And you're going to lift your lid off. And you always want to lift it away from you because it's hot.
Oh God, are you okay?
I'm afraid to get my jars out.
I'm afraid for you.
I wanna come back with some composure and say that if you're new to canning, I actually still feel like I'm new. I had to like recheck things all through, and I even joked while the camera was off with my family, like, funny, I'm doing a video on canning and I'm still winging it. Probably not the best tutorial. If you want really good tutorials, you should go watch Rachel from that 1870s homestead, because she's gosh darn amazing. But you know, we all have to learn, and that's my platform, right? Is that we're gonna grow together. So as far as the lid, the ring popping off, causing the whole lid to explode, I feel like I probably didn't tighten the lid enough. Can also happen if your jar is too full. I really don't feel like I had mine too full. I'm gonna go back and look at the footage, because kind of cool that I was recording. That might be my motivator to get my camera out more often, that I got that on camera. But it can happen if your jar is too full. It causes the lid to kind of ripple, and then the ring will pop off. I'm just super grateful that I didn't get burned. Like, I wasn't super close to that. And I'm also really excited, you guys, that I finished this at like 7. It's 8:05 now at night, but by the time I was done and I was putting these on the counter, it was like 7:25 or 7:30. I never plan out my pressure canning projects in time to be done in a decent hour. So now I'm going to clean up the kitchen, take a shower, and I'm going to go to bed. But I just wanted to, one, reiterate, like, don't let that scare you. We all learn. It's going to be okay. Just be grateful that nothing bad happened. We'll do better next time. We'll learn from this and we'll grow forward. Also, I mentioned earlier that I thought I had a canning video of when I did my bone broth last year, but I didn't. So I must have just done like a lengthy post, and I don't even know if it was on the Humble Homestead page, like my social media, or if it was on my regular page. Who knows? But I did do one with ham bone stock, and I would have pressure canned that. So I don't know, because I just used some. I made ham and potato soup last week and used like 4 jars of it. So I don't know. That's just wild. I'm gonna link the ham one. I'm pointing right here because I'm gonna try to put it in the corner. We'll see if that works. If not, it'll be in the description. But I just want to say thank you guys for growing with me. I'm going to wrap this video up because I want to try to edit some of it tonight. I might be able to pop in another little snippet tomorrow and just let you know how many sealed. I think this is the one where the lid popped off. I just threw a seal on it so it would stay good, like not get anything in it, because I feel like as long as the jar is intact and everything tomorrow, it should be fine to use. So anyways, thanks for growing with me again, and I will catch you later.
So will Mom get the cat out?
You hijacked my video?
Maybe. But, so will Mom get the cat out? I was doing the video.
What do you want to tell my friends?
Have a great day.
Thanks.
Be awesome. And check out my YouTube channel. Playtime with Matthias.
All right.
Good luck. Doo-doo.